Why do some people stay broke their entire lives while others seem to attract wealth effortlessly? Is it luck? Is it intelligence? Or is there something deeper, something hidden, yet so powerful that it silently controls your financial future? The truth is, poverty is not just about a lack of money. It is a mindset, a set of invisible chains that hold people back without them even realizing it. It is the quiet voice in the back of your mind that tells you this is just the way life is. It is the belief that struggle is normal, that wealth is for other people, and that no matter how hard you work, financial success will always be out of reach. But what if that belief was wrong? What if the reason some people stay poor isn't because they are incapable of success, but because they have been programmed, conditioned to think in a way that keeps them trapped? From a young age, society teaches you how to follow rules, how to obey, how to fit into a system that was never designed to make you wealthy. You are told to study hard, get good grades, and find a safe job with a decent paycheck. But what they don't tell you is that this system is built to create workers, not wealth builders. It is designed to keep you earning just enough to survive, but never enough to break free. Think about it. If hard work alone created wealth, why are millions of hardworking people still struggling? Why do people spend their entire lives grinding from paycheck to paycheck, never getting ahead? The answer is simple. They have never been taught the truth about money. The truth is, wealthy people think differently. They see money in a completely different way. While most people work for money, the wealthy learn how to make money work for them. While most people see a paycheck as the only way to earn, the wealthy understand that money is just a tool. A tool that, when used correctly, can create freedom, security, and opportunities that most people will never experience. But before you can start applying these principles, you must first break free from the mental chains that have kept you trapped. You must unlearn the false beliefs that have been passed down from generation to generation. Beliefs like money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy, or success is just about luck. These are lies. Lies designed to keep you small, to keep you afraid of wealth, to make sure you never question why the system keeps you in the same financial position year after year. The reality is, money is neutral. It is neither good nor bad. It simply magnifies who you are. If you are generous, money will allow you to give more. If you are ambitious, money will help you create more. If you are wise, money will provide security for you and your family. But if you refuse to learn about money, if you continue to believe that it is too complicated or not important, then you will always be at the mercy of those who do understand it. So ask yourself, are you willing to break free? Are you ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about wealth and success? Are you prepared to step out of the mindset that has held you back and step into a new way of thinking, one that can change your financial future forever? Because the difference between those who stay broke and those who become financially free is not intelligence, background, or luck. It is awareness of the truth about money. Awareness of the habits, the choices, and the mindsets that lead to wealth. Awareness of the fact that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You have the power to change them. This is your wake-up call, your moment to break the cycle. Because the moment you shift your mindset, everything else begins to change. Would you like me to continue with the next section? If everything you've been taught about money was wrong, how would you even know? Think about it. Most people go through life playing a game they don't understand. They work hard, follow the rules, and wonder why they're still struggling. But the truth is, financial success has nothing to do with effort alone. It's about knowing the rules of the game. And if you don't know the rules, you will always be at a disadvantage. Schools teach you how to read, write, and memorize facts. But do they teach you how to build wealth? Well, do they teach you how to invest, manage debt, or create financial freedom? No, and that is not an accident. Society benefits when people stay uninformed about money. It creates a system where the majority work for a paycheck while a small percentage own the businesses, assets, and investments that generate real wealth. So the question is, will you continue to follow a broken system, or will you choose to educate yourself about money? No. Wealthy people see money differently because they understand how it works. They don't see it as something you trade time for. They see it as a tool, a resource that can multiply if used correctly. They know that financial education is not an option. It's a necessity. They read books on investing, studied the principles of wealth building, and learned from those who have already achieved financial freedom. Most people, however, avoid financial education. They say, "I'm not good with numbers," or "money is too complicated." But that's just an excuse. In reality, avoiding financial education is one of the most expensive decisions you can ever make. Because ignorance is costly. It leads to bad financial decisions, debt, and a lifetime of struggle. Think about it. How many people work hard their entire lives only to retire broke? How many people spend decades at a job only to realize they can barely afford to live? This is not because they didn't work hard. It's because they were never taught how to make money work for them. Financial education is the key to breaking free from this cycle. It teaches you how to grow your wealth instead of just earning and spending. It shows you how to invest wisely, how to manage risk, and how to create multiple streams of income. But here's the most important part. It's never too late to start. No matter where you are right now, you have the power to change your financial future. It begins with a choice. The choice to learn, to question everything you were taught about money, and to take control of your own financial destiny. So, will you continue living by the financial rules that keep you trapped? Or will you take the first step toward real financial freedom? The decision is yours. What if the only thing standing between you and financial success is the way you think? Most people believe that money is about external circumstances, luck, the economy, their job. But the truth is, wealth starts in the mind. Your mindset controls your financial future. If you think like a poor person, you will always struggle. If you think like the wealthy, you will attract opportunities that most people never see. The difference is not just in knowledge, but in belief. What do you believe about money yourself, and what is possible? Poor people see money as something they must chase. They trade hours for dollars, believing that if they just work harder, they will finally get ahead. But that is a trap. No one ever became wealthy by working harder alone. Hard work is important, but it is not enough. You must learn to work smarter. Smarter. Wealthy people understand leverage. They know that money is not something to be earned. It is something to be multiplied. They focus on creating systems that generate income even when they are not working. They invest in assets that appreciate over time. They look for opportunities to make money work for them, instead of constantly working for money. But here's the key. The way you see money is shaped by years of conditioning. If you grew up hearing that money is hard to get, that rich people are greedy, or that success is just a matter of luck, then those beliefs are controlling you right now. And until you break free from them, you will always be stuck. The wealthy know that money is not scarce. It is abundant. There's more money in the world today than ever before. Trillions of dollars are moving every single day. The question is, are you positioning yourself to receive it? If you believe that money is scarce, you will live in fear. You will make decisions based on survival rather than growth. You will hold on to every dollar, afraid to invest, afraid to take risks, afraid to expand. But if you shift your mindset to abundance, everything changes. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You start asking, how can I create more wealth? Wealth! Instead of how can I save more money? The poor say, I can't afford it. The wealthy ask, how can I afford it? If that small shift changes everything, it moves you from a place of limitation to a place of possibility. It forces you to think creatively, to seek solutions, to grow. This is not just about positive thinking. It's about reprogramming your mind for success. If you want wealth, start thinking like the wealthy. Learn how they operate. Study their habits. Surround yourself with people who challenge your beliefs about money. Because the truth is, wealth is not just for the lucky few. It is available to anyone willing to shift their mindset and take action. Are you ready to break free from the limits you've placed on yourself? Are you ready to stop thinking like the poor and start thinking like the wealthy? Because the moment you change your mind, you change your financial future. Why do most people live paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much money they make? It's not because they don't earn enough. It's because they are trapped in a cycle designed to keep them working for money instead of making money work for them. The paycheck mentality is one of the biggest obstacles to wealth. It teaches you to rely on a fixed income to budget just enough to survive, and to depend on someone else for your financial security. But security is an illusion when your income is controlled by a job, a boss, or a company that can replace you at any moment. Wealthy people break free from this trap by shifting their focus from earning money to building wealth. They understand that income alone does not create financial freedom, ownership does. They own businesses, investments, and assets that continue to generate money even when they're not working. If you are stuck in the paycheck cycle, the first step is awareness. Look at your financial situation honestly. Are you just working to pay bills? Are you spending everything you earn? Are you waiting for your next raise or promotion, hoping that will finally give you breathing room? If so, you are playing the wrong game. The wealthy play a different game. They don't wait for permission to earn more. They don't rely on someone else to increase their income. They create multiple streams of money. They invest in assets that grow over time. They use the money they earn to buy their freedom, not just survive another month. Think about it this way. Every dollar you make has two choices. It can work for you, or it can be spent and never return. Poor people choose to spend first and invest later, if there's anything left. Wealthy people invest first and live off the returns. That is why they get richer while others stay stuck. But here's the truth. You don't need $1 million to start breaking free. You need a shift in thinking. You need to stop seeing money as something to spend and start seeing it as something to grow. What can you do today to move in that direction? Maybe it's starting a side business. Maybe it's learning about investments. Maybe it's simply saving a percentage of your income and putting it into assets that will work for you. The key is to take control. No one is coming to save you. No job will ever pay you enough to be truly free. Freedom comes when you stop depending on a paycheck and start building real wealth. The question is, will you stay in the cycle, or will you make the decision to break free? Have you ever noticed that the richest people don't work for money? They own things, businesses, real estate, stocks, patents. They build systems that generate money even when they are asleep. This is the fundamental difference between those who struggle financially and those who create generational wealth. Ownership is the key to financial freedom. When you own something of value, you are no longer trading time for money. You have an asset that works for you, multiplying your efforts and creating income without your constant involvement. This is how wealth is built. Not by working harder, but by owning smarter. Most people are stuck in the employee mindset. They believe the only way to earn money is to work for someone else. They spend their entire lives following orders, relying on a paycheck, and hoping for a promotion that barely keeps up with inflation. But promotions don't make you rich. Raises don't create freedom. Ownership does. Think about it. The people who truly control wealth in the world are not employees. They are owners. They own companies, stocks, intellectual property, and real estate. Every time you pay rent, you are making an owner richer. Every time you buy a product, you are contributing to someone else's wealth.
No!
The question is, are you building your own wealth, or just helping someone else get richer? Owning a business doesn't mean you have to start the next big corporation. It can be as simple as creating a small side business, investing in stocks, or buying property. The goal is to shift from being a consumer to being a creator, instead of always paying others. Find ways to create value that others will pay for. This is where most people hesitate. They say, I don't have enough money to invest, or I don't know how to start a business. But wealth is not built with excuses. It is built with action. You don't need millions to start. You need a commitment to learning, to trying, to building. The wealthiest people in the world weren't born knowing how to invest. They learned. They took risks. They failed and tried again. The difference is that they refuse to stay in the cycle of working for someone else forever. If you want financial freedom, you must become an owner. Ownership gives you leverage. It allows you to control your financial destiny. It puts you in a position where your time is no longer your only source of income. Start asking yourself, what can I earn? What value can I create? What assets can I build that will continue to grow over time? The moment you shift from an employee mindset to an ownership mindset, everything changes. Because real wealth is not in working harder, it is in owning smarter. How many times have you been told that hard work is the key to success? That if you just work harder, longer hours, and push yourself beyond exhaustion, you'll finally achieve financial freedom? It's a lie. Hard work alone does not make people rich. If it did, construction workers, nurses, and factory employees would be millionaires. Yet, the hardest working people in society often struggle the most. They work day and night, sacrificing their time, energy, and even health, only to barely make ends meet. Meanwhile, those who truly control wealth are not the ones working the hardest. They're the ones thinking the smartest. Hard work matters, but only if it is directed toward the right things. If you are only working for a paycheck, you are stuck in a system designed to keep you dependent. The wealthy don't just work hard, they work smart. They focus on leverage. They find ways to multiply their time and efforts so that their income is not tied to the hours they put in. Think about a landlord who owns multiple properties. They don't work 40 hours a week to collect rent. A week to collect rent. They own an asset that generates income regardless of how much time they personally invest. The same goes for business owners, investors, and innovators. They create systems, invest in assets, and build structures that allow them to step back while their wealth grows. The poor and middle class are taught to work for money. The wealthy learn how to make money work for them. This is the difference between being trapped in a never-ending cycle of survival and achieving financial freedom. If you want to escape the illusion of hard work, you must stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an investor. Every hour of your time should be spent creating something that will pay you back in the future. Every dollar you earn should be directed toward building assets that generate more income. Most people trade their time for money without realizing that time is their most valuable resource. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. The wealthy understand this, which is why they don't waste time on things that don't lead to financial independence. They prioritize knowledge, strategy, and calculated risk-taking over mindless labor. Success is not about grinding harder, it's about thinking smarter. It's about learning skills that increase your value, investing in things that grow over time, and building a foundation that frees you from being stuck in the system forever. So ask yourself, are you just working hard, or are you working toward freedom? The answer to that question will determine where you end up in life. Why do some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others struggle no matter how hard they try? The answer lies in mindset. Specifically, the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. A scarcity mindset tells you there's never enough. Not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough time. It makes you fearful of taking risks, hesitant to invest, and unwilling to grow. It traps you in survival mode, forcing you to play life defensively rather than taking control. This mindset keeps people poor, not because they lack potential, but because they operate from a place of fear instead of strategy. Have you ever noticed that people who are struggling financially tend to focus on saving every dollar, cutting expenses, and avoiding any risks? They believe the only way to get ahead is to be cautious, to hold on to whatever they have for dear life. But here's the harsh truth. You can't save your way to wealth. You must create it. Wealthy people don't operate from scarcity. They see money as a tool, not something to be hoarded. They understand that investing in knowledge, assets, and relationships creates more value over time. They aren't afraid to spend money when it leads to greater returns. Instead of focusing on cutting costs, they focus on increasing income. Instead of thinking small, they think expansively. Scarcity keeps you playing not to lose, while abundance empowers you to play to win. This single shift in thinking can change everything. Imagine two people with the same amount of money. One person sees it as something they must protect at all costs. They avoid spending on education, refuse to take business risks, and never invest because they fear losing. The other person sees money as a tool. They invest in learning new skills, buy assets that generate income, and take calculated risks to grow. Fast forward 5 years. Who is in a better position? The person who hoarded or the person who built? The irony is that playing it safe is the riskiest thing you can do. Inflation erodes savings, opportunities pass you by, and fear keeps you stuck. The only way to escape the scarcity trap is to reprogram how you see money. Start thinking like an investor. Ask yourself, how can I make my money work for me? What skills can I learn that will increase my earning potential? What assets can I build that will continue growing over time? The moment you shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, you will start seeing opportunities everywhere. Because wealth isn't about luck, it's about perspective. The most successful people in the world don't chase money, they chase impact. They understand a simple truth. Money is just a reflection of the value you provide. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. The bigger the problem, the bigger the reward. Think about it. Why does a doctor earn more than a cashier? Because the doctor solves a more complex and urgent problem. Why do entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk make billions? Because they create solutions that millions of people use every day. The amount of money you make is directly tied to the amount of value you bring to the world. But most people never learn this. They focus on getting a paycheck instead of developing skills that make them indispensable. They settle for jobs that pay the bills instead of asking, how can I become so valuable that people will pay me more? This is why so many remain stuck in financial struggle, not because they lack effort, but because they haven't yet made themselves irreplaceable. Now, here's the secret. Value isn't just about working hard. It's about working smart. It's about leveraging your unique abilities to solve problems in ways that others can't. It's about learning high-income skills, mastering your craft, and understanding how to position yourself in a way that commands higher pay. Think about two employees in the same company. One simply does what they're told, follows instructions, and waits for a promotion. The other actively seeks ways to improve the business, brings innovative ideas, and takes ownership of results. Who do you think will be more successful? Who will get the raise? Who will attract better opportunities? Who will attract better opportunities? Wealthy people understand this principle deeply. They don't wait for someone to give them permission to succeed. They create value first, and the money follows. They look for gaps in the market. They build skills that are in demand. They don't complain about their situation. They ask, how can I solve this problem and turn it into an opportunity? So, if you want to increase your income, shift your focus. Stop thinking about how much you deserve to be paid and start thinking about how much value you can bring. What skills do you have that others need? What problems can you solve that people would pay for? How can you serve more people more effectively? When you become someone who creates massive value, you will never have to worry about money again. Because money is not the goal, it's the byproduct of most people believe that making money is about luck, talent, or having the right connections. But that's a lie. The truth is, wealth starts in the mind long before it appears in your bank account. Everything you have or don't have right now is a direct result of your mindset. The way you think about money, success, and opportunity determines your financial reality. Poor people stay poor because they have beliefs that keep them trapped in scarcity. Wealthy people think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They take action when others hesitate. They understand that money is not something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. Look at how most people react to challenges. When they face failure, they say, maybe this isn't for me, or I'll never be rich. But successful people, they see failure as feedback. They ask, what can I learn from this? They refuse to let a setback define them. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Imagine two people lose their jobs. One blames the economy, complains about how unfair life is, and waits for someone to rescue them. The other immediately looks for ways to provide value elsewhere. Maybe they start a side hustle, learn a new skill, or find a way to make themselves more marketable. Same situation, different mindset, different result. Most people let fear control them. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside their comfort zone. But fear is just an illusion. The only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people feel fear and take action anyway. They understand that everything they want is on the other side of discomfort. Wealthy people don't see money as something scarce. They don't believe in I can't afford it. Instead, they ask, how can I afford it? This small change in thinking makes a massive difference. It turns them into problem solvers. It forces them to think creatively. It pushes them to take responsibility instead of making excuses. Here's the ultimate truth. The world doesn't pay you for effort. It pays you for results. It doesn't matter how hard you work if your work doesn't create value. It doesn't matter how much you dream if you never take action. If you want to be wealthy, you have to think like a wealthy person. You have to believe that success is within your control. You have to develop habits that separate you from the masses. So ask yourself, are your thoughts leading you toward wealth or keeping you in poverty? Are you making decisions based on fear or faith? Are you focused on problems or solutions? Problems or solutions? Because the moment you change the way you think, your entire life will begin to change. Now, proceed to write the next section. 700, 900 words, by seamlessly continuing the flow from the previous section. Maintain the same motivational depth, psychological triggers, and emotionally engaging style. Do not mention transitions like in the next section. Instead, naturally connect it with the previous content to make it feel cohesive and professional. Ensure every sentence builds momentum, keeps the audience engaged, and delivers a high-impact message that triggers inspiration. Avoid unnecessary storytelling that drifts away from the motivational tone. Keep the energy strong and the delivery powerful. If no section next, please create one more next to it. Note: on the top, add section numbers your mindset, shapes your reality. But mindset alone isn't enough. The world doesn't reward thoughts. It rewards execution. You can have the best ideas, the biggest dreams, and the most powerful vision, but if you don't act, none of it matters. This is where most people fail. They wait. They overthink. They overthink. They tell themselves they need more time, more knowledge, or the perfect moment. But the truth is, waiting kills dreams. While you're waiting, someone else is taking action. Someone else is making mistakes, learning, and moving forward while you're stuck in the same place, paralyzed by doubt. The greatest success stories don't come from people who had everything figured out before they started. They come from people who started before they were ready. They understood that action creates clarity, that momentum is more important than perfection, and that every failure is a stepping stone toward success. Think about this. When was the last time you took bold action toward your goals? Not just thought about it, not just planned for it, but actually took a step forward. If you can't remember, that's your answer. That's why you're not where you want to be. Successful people move fast. They don't waste time waiting for approval, permission, or the perfect conditions. They start. They build. They figure things out along the way. And that's why they win. They understand that progress isn't about knowing everything. It's about having the courage to begin. Fear tries to convince you that you need certainty before you act. But that's a lie. Action creates certainty. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build by proving to yourself that you can do hard things. The more you act, the more fearless you become. The more you push through discomfort, the stronger you get. Most people live on autopilot, repeating the same patterns day after day, wondering why their lives never change. But success demands a different approach. It demands that you step outside of your comfort zone and do what most people won't. It demands risk, resilience, and relentless determination. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need anyone to save you. What you need is to start, to stop waiting, to take action. Even if it's messy, even if it's scary, even if you fail. Even if you fail. Because the person who takes action, no matter how small, is always ahead of the person who does nothing. So, what are you waiting for? The perfect time? The perfect plan? The perfect opportunity? That the moment will never come. The only thing that separates you from the life you want is the decision to act. And that decision, it starts right now.